Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is YAHMAD. In this video we're going to be completing paper 2, May-June 2019, version 22. So paper 2 is a practical paper which is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. So we normally start with document production, data manipulation, which is databases, mail merge and PowerPoint. What I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to skip the Word section initially and do the database section first. The reason I'm skipping a Word section is because in a database section we're going to be creating an extract which is going to be going into our Word document. So I'd rather do the Word in one complete video. So we're going to start off with the database section in this particular video. Okay, so starting from here, task 3, database. In the next video I will complete the Word section. So you're going to prepare some reports. Using a suitable database package, import the file j229cruises.csv. So what we need to do is go to our source folder first of all. Okay, so here's my source folder and here's the file that we're going to be importing. If you want to have a quick look before you import, you can do. You can have a look at the data types, the sorts of data that will be imported. As you can see, the top row are field names and then each row is a record below this. Okay, so we've got lots of different data types, mostly text. So let's close this down. Don't make any changes. And to start, you need to create a new database file. So right click your mouse or open up Microsoft Access from your start bar. It's up to you how you want to do it. I just prefer doing it this way. And I'm going to call it 2019-22. So it doesn't really matter what name you give it. You give the database file as long as it's got a suitable name. Right, so let's open up Access. Enable content. Okay, so we're going to be importing this file. Make sure when you import the file is not open. We're going to be using these field names and data types shown here. So as you saw, most of the data types we saw were text. We had two fields which had integer values. Okay, and we also had a date and time field as well. So to import the CSV, what you need to do is click on external data. Sometimes you may click here around here to select text file. I need to click on my version, new data source, from file and text file. And then to import the CSV file, what you need to do is click on browse and then find a location of your source folder. I'm going to quickly pause the video as I find the location of my file. Okay, so I'm back again. And we need to select the cruise.csv file. Open. Okay. Next. And the first thing we need to do is click on first row contains field names, which are these field names along the top here. Then we can go to advanced, check to see the date, month and year is in the correct format. So this is a British format. And I don't think there's anything here that we need to change. Normally we look for Boolean fields. So it should be text, date and time. Yeah, short text is the same thing, date and time. 1, 2, 3. The next 3 should be text and then numerical values. Integers, yep. Short text, yep. There's nothing that we need to change. Next, next. What do we set as the primary key? So we need to set the cruise ref as the primary key. So this is going to be the unique field for each record. So this field here. So let's change it to this cruise ref field. As you can see, we can't use this because these values are being duplicated. So the primary key needs to be a unique value. Next, finish. Okay, let's have a look at the table. Let's have a look at the date. Does the date appear in a particular format? Yep, so we need to show the date as a medium date where we have 3 characters for the month. So the month is going to show like this. So what we need to do is go to design view, and it's really easy to overlook this, so please double check the formatting. So let's click on the format and we want to select medium date. And you can see the example given here is the same as the exam paper. Okay, and yeah, the data is in medium format. So let's save the data and then place this into our evidence document. So let me save. Now what I should have done, I should have opened up the evidence document before. I forgot to do this, so we can do it now. So open this file. So J229 evidence, this one here. Enable editing. Make sure your name, center number, and candidate number appear on every page of this document. So let's insert a header and footer. So I'll put my name here. For center number I will use 5, 6, 7, 8. For candidate number I'll use 1, 2 and 3, 4. Save this document into your work area as J229 evidence followed by your candidate number. So I need to include 1, 2, 3, 4 at the end. Sorry, let me just trying to copy this so I can save it with the same name. And for the evidence documents, you will need to place screenshots and answers to questions. So let me quickly save this. File, save as, into the same folder. Save it as a Word document. Actually, I can just include my candidate number here at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Save. Okay, so let's go back to the database question. So evidence 7, place in your evidence document screenshot evidence showing the field names and data types used in the table. So remember, we need to go to evidence 7. So we're going to take this print screen here, showing that we've changed this date and time to a medium date. Evidence 7 is here. Crop off the part which you don't need to show. Make sure your print screens are nice and clear. Okay, so as I've said in previous videos, if you want to use alternative methods of copying and pasting doing print screens, you can do. Some people prefer to use the snipping tool. It's purely up to you. Right, next question 21. We're going to insert this CSV file as a new table in your database. If you want to have a look at it, you can do. So it's going to be we've got cruises, ships. If you want to have a quick look. Okay, we've got date and time, we've got some numerical values again. Yep, looks like a straightforward table. Field names in the first row, and then these are the individual records. Okay, so close it down before we import. Make sure you don't save any changes. Save this. So external data, new data source, from file, text file. Browse, it should take me straight to my source folder now, and we want ships. Yeah, as a new table in your database. Okay, next. So first row contains field names. Let's go to advanced. Dates in the right format. Let's check all of these as well. So it should be short text and text for the first two. Actually, we can't really see here, can we? Okay, that's fine. I think this will be fine. So yeah, so we don't need to change anything here. There's no Boolean fields that we can see. I'm just going to scroll across here actually. Let's see if there's any yes and no fields. I didn't see it when I opened up the Excel. No, that's fine. So we can go forward and we can choose the primary key. So that's why I opened up the Excel, the CSV in the Excel file, just to have a look at the fields so we can get familiar with the data types. Right, set ship code as the primary key. So next, ship code, yep. Next, and then finish, and then close. So here's ships. Okay, we do have a date and time field here. I'm interested to see if we need to change the format of the date and time field on this one, this table. I don't think we need to. Let me just go to the top. Nope, it's not asking us to change the information. No, that's fine. Right, now we're going to make a one-to-many relationship. So to create a relationship, close both tables, save the changes, go to Database Tools, Relationships, add both your tables, Okay, increase the table size so you can see all of the fields. And what we want to do is to create a relationship between a ship code and a ship's table. So this field here, primary key, and the ship ref field in a cruise table, which is going to be to this one here. So it's going to be one to many. Okay, so we can drag this onto here and we can click on create. Now for the purpose of the print screen, what we can do is we can click on this line again, edit relationship, and I'm going to take a print screen showing this box here is a one to many relationship, and these tables here as well. So yeah, so evidence 8, place in your evidence document screenshots showing a relationship between the two tables. Okay, so let me take a screenshot. So this is now evidence 8. Let's move this to the next page. And what we want to do is crop off the part of the table which we don't want to use, or the print screen which we don't want to show, and increase the size of the print screen so it's nice and clear. Okay, I'm happy with this. Save, and that's that done. So we can check the relationship, so we can close this down, save changes. If you go to ships, okay, so we've got one ships and lots of different cruises that ship must take. So there's a one to many relationship. Okay, so that's that done. So question 22, what we're going to do is we're going to add the following as a new record in the cruises table. So we can open this up, and sometimes they may ask you to create a data entry form. In this example they're not, so we're going to come to the bottom of this table and we're going to add the new record here. Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste these values in. So that's a ship reference, that's your date, sail date, cruise reference. So obviously I have the exam paper and I can copy and paste. If you're doing this, please make sure you are typing the data exactly as it appears, including capital letters, and making sure you're spelling everything as it appears on the question paper. So 21, we can type that in. Full, and the theme was, yeah, none. And normally the new record that you do enter, either in a form or in a table, will come up in the next part, which will be the query and report. Save this, done. Okay, so now let's move on to question 23, and you can see I've already annotated the question. So we're going to be creating, using fields from the cruise table, produce a tabular report. So before we can make the query, the report, we first need to make the query. So what the query does, it basically filters the data. So right now, how many records do we have in the cruises table? We have 700 records. So if you were to create a report and print, you probably will be printing many pages, and obviously we don't want to be doing that. We want to filter our data by creating a query first. So if we go to Query Wizard, and the first thing we always do, you can see Q1, is to select the fields, which will be this bullet point here. And if you look at the next example again, Q1, selecting the fields. Second thing we do is the title that's going to be appearing at the top of the report, we're also going to name it the same for the query as well. So let's go to here. What fields do we need? We need to select these fields in the order shown. Okay, so departure, port, destination. So do 2 at a time. In the previous video I did forget to include one of these fields, so it's really important you do check what you're doing. Sail date and theme. Duration and passengers in this order. So duration and passengers in this order. Next, next. And when you get to this point here, what's the title? So it includes only the text Miami Cruises as a title displayed in a larger font at the top of your page. So this will also be at the top of your report, but to make our lives easier, I like to include a title here for the query so we can see which query is for which report, and you'll see that at the end. Finish. And as I said before, you've got about 700 plus records. So we've done that. So Q1 and Q2 are doing that particular order every time. And the next thing we do in a query is we're going to filter the records. So the theme is going to be either art or music. So we need to include or in between the key search criteria. If you wanted to search for something else, you can have or and then something else that you want to search for. So yeah, we're going to search for this field here. So you go to design view, theme, what's it again, art or music. Art or music. It doesn't matter if it's capital letters actually or not. If you click off it, you'll see the speech marks automatically appear. Run. The theme is art or music, and we're now down to 71 records, so that's fine. And the next thing is the destination or departure port is going to be Miami, so make sure you spell that right. So yeah, this one here. If you want, you can copy and paste text from here, go to here, paste in Miami, go to run, and we're now down to 44 records, which looks like a reasonable number. Okay, and that's the query part done. So before we move on, make sure you check the title, check the search criteria, check to see if we selected the right fields. Yeah, I'm happy with mine, and we can move forward. So what we do now, we go to create report wizard, select all of the fields, next, next, and let's get back to the question. So I'm going to highlight what we've done so far. Do not group the data. The data is not grouped. If we go back, so you can see all of the fields are one by one, so nothing's going to be grouped. Yeah, that's fine. Let me just highlight what we've done already. So now what we need to do is sort the data into ascending order of sale date. Okay. So because we're doing a sort here, this field will appear as the first field in the report. Remember, we need to put it back into the right order. Was it ascending? Let me double check. Yes, it was. Next. And the page is going to be portrait. Okay, so we can keep that selected. Next. The title is still here, which is fine. That's what we wanted. And finish. So when we get to this point here, you can see some of the data is not showing. So we can click on close print preview. We can go to our layout view, get rid of this. So what we're going to do is put the fields back in the right order. So it should be departure port, destination, and then sale date. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on destination, press Control, select the data. I want to move this across like this. And the sale date, let's put that after destination. So departure port is the first field. Destination, and go down and check to see if all of the data is showing. Yeah, that's fine with me. Sale date, whoops, theme. So remember, I click on the heading of the field, then I'm pressing Control to select the data as well. And finally, passengers. So before I move forward, let me double check I've got the right fields. So departure port, destination, and sale date. Yeah. Theme, duration, and passengers. Yeah, happy with that. Fits on a single page wide. Yeah, that's done. What that means is, some people ask me in the comments, what does that actually mean? So if I go to design view, let's say for example, I mess up the page structure and put some of this content here. And now if we go to print preview, you can see some of the content's gone onto the next page. Okay, we need to make sure it fits one page wide. So let's close this. Let's put this back where it was. Okay, and let's close this again. Print preview. Okay, and yeah, it can be 2 pages tall, but as long as the data fits 1 page wide, so you can see all the fields are fitting. So I'm happy with that. Let me just bring this down slightly. Okay. Right. Done. Right, let's see what else we have to do. So calculate the total number of passengers in a selection and position this number under the passengers column at the end of the report. So what we can do, let's make sure we're in layout view. We can click on this column here, go to totals, and what we basically need to do, so total number of passengers. So remember, each record is going to be a passenger. Okay, so actually no. What we want to do, we want to sum the passengers. Okay, so we want to add up the total passengers here at the bottom here. So we go to totals and sum, and if you go to the bottom, I've got this number here, 85,725 passengers. So each one of these must be a cruise ship. Okay, each record, and this is the number of passengers per a cruise ship. And what we want to do is total up all of the passengers. Has a label total passengers to the left of this value, so make sure you do include a capital T for total. So if I go to design view, we need to add a label. So you click on this one here, draw a box for a label, total passengers, make sure nothing's overlapping. Yep, it's to the left, it's fine. Has your name, center number and candidate number in the header so it's displayed on every page. So since it's going to be on every page, we need to put it in the report or page header. So if we go back to design view, so this is a page header. So if you had something in the report header, it would only appear on the first page. Report footer, it would only appear on the last page. If it's on a page header or page footer, then it's going to appear on every page. So I'm going to increase the size of this box here. Move these fields down, insert a label, write my name. Let me double check, is it asking for a center number as well? Yeah. So for center number, I'll use again my default number 5678 and then my candidate number 1234. There we go. And save and print your report. Okay. Before we print the report, what we do is we go to print preview. You check, let me zoom out first of all. You check if all of the data is shown, the fields in the right order, your name is there. If you go to the second page, my name is still there on the top of the page. We've got the label to the left of this total value here. Yep, so we can send this to a printer. Okay, so that's the first report done. Save, close it down, close it down. So we've got a query with the same name as the report. The reason I label the query with the same name is because I know this query is for this report. Right, so that's that done. Evidence 9. Place in your evidence document a screenshot shown in a database formula used to calculate the total number of passengers. So we go to my report again, design view, and I need to just make this a bit bigger. And we're going to print screen this. So it's evidence 9. And again, we're going to double click the picture, crop off the part which you don't need to show, and we just want to show this formula here. Yep, happy with that. If you want, you can crop off this, and you can crop off this. Save your changes. Okay, and that's that question done. Okay, question 24. Using fields from both tables, produce a tabular report that. Okay, so again, we're going to be doing the same thing. We're going to create a query first, then a report. So Q1 is always to select the fields. So yeah, we need to use fields now from both the tables. So if we go back to Access, we can close this down, save the changes, create query wizard, and make sure we select from tables, not the query itself. So what fields do we need? Sale date, cruise ref. So let's get that. Sale date, ship name, departure port. So ship name must be in the ships table, and then departure port, destination and duration, passengers, board, and passenger nights are going to be the ones or the field that we create later on. So make sure you select the fields in the order shown. Okay. Again, we're not going to group the data, so we'll come back to that point later on. Next, and again, we're going to include the title. So the title is going to be Extended Cruise Sailing. So this title will appear at the top of your report, like the previous report. So if I just type in the title, or copy and paste it, finish. So remember, if I go to this report here, the title did appear here at the end. Right, again, we got 700 plus records. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to enter our search criteria. So the ship name includes the text C. So ship name is going to include C. Now the mistake some people will make is they type in just C like this, and if you go to run, nothing's appearing, because what we want to do is find anything that contains ship. So what we need to do is put ship around 2 stars or 2 little asterisks. So this will find anything that contains ship. So not ship, C. So C could be at the start, or it could be at the end, or in the middle of the ship name. Run. Yep, so here you can see C has been included. If we go down, yeah, it's at the end, it's at the start, so that's fine. The duration is going to be 14 or more, so greater than or equal to 14. It's going to be this field. More than or equal to 14. Run. We're now down to 139 records. So we're getting closer to the end point, and the board is going to be full. So we want to go to board and type in full, and we're now down to 61 records, which is a reasonable number. Okay, so before we move on, that's full. This looks like it's 14 or more. Yep, and the ship name includes C. Okay, so let's now move forward. Okay, so now what we need to do, now we need to create a new field called passenger nights, which is calculated at runtime. So this field will multiply the duration field by the passengers field. Now you'll notice these two words are italic because they're going to be fields. So this is how you'd write out the formula. So you basically write out the name of the new field, which is passenger nights, including the underscore, colon, and then if fields are going to be used as part of the calculation, we're going to put the fields into these square brackets here. So duration is going to be multiplied by the passengers field. Now the new field is created here, so we come to the end, we go back to design view, and we can create the new field here. So to save myself a bit of time, I'm just going to copy and paste this whole formula into here. So you can see, if I increase the size, the name of the new field followed by a colon, and then the name of the first field, duration, that we're going to be using, and passengers, which will be this field here. If we go to run, you can see it's basically this times this, which gives us this value here. Okay. The mistake someone could make, you could easily make, is, let's say I make a spelling mistake with passengers, I include an extra S at the end, and you go to run. It's basically saying this field doesn't exist, what is it? So make sure you don't make any spelling mistakes. If you do see that box, double check your spellings. Make sure you are using the square brackets. Okay, so run and save, and I think we're now ready for the report. Okay, so let's get to the report actually first of all. So create report wizard, select all the fields including now passenger nights. Okay, we don't want to group, so if it was like this it would be grouped by ship name. We don't want to group, so make sure the fields are separated like this. Next, next. So sort the data into ascending order of destination. So destination will be ascending, and then descending order of duration. Next. The page is going to be landscape, as you can see here. Next. And I need to enter the title again. Sometimes it will ask you to enter the title again, so it's fine, we can do it again. Make sure you make no spelling mistakes, include capital letters when shown. Finish. And here's my report. Obviously there's a few mistakes. You can see the title is shown in the big font at the top of the report, which is fine, we don't need to change anything here. But the content is not fitting onto one page wide, and also the fields are now in an incorrect order since we've done the sort. So if I go to layout view, what I'm going to do, I'm going to basically move these across. What's the first field? It should be sail date and cruise ref. Okay, so sail date is, I think it's this one here. Okay, I'm going to move all of these across, so I've got a bit of space. It doesn't matter if you make them smaller for now, as long as you put them back in the right formatting, showing all of the content. So this is the second field. So let's check to see if all of the data is showing. Yep, happy with that. And then after this field, ship name, departure port. So let me just move these across. So you make sure the data is not cut off. Yep, all of the data is visible, as you can see. Right, and then after ship name, what was after ship name? Departure port, which is going to be this field here. So again, I'm going to press control, just press the right arrow on my keyboard just to move them all together at the same time. Let's move this one here. Again, check to see if nothing's cut off. I'm not sure if that's cut off, so yep, all the data shown in full. So after departure port, destination, duration. Yeah, now we're back in the right order now. Okay, so destination. Again, double check. See, this data would have been cut off if I didn't double check. Okay, and we're in the right order now, so basically we can, should be passengers, board, and then we've got a new field here. Okay, so what we can do is we can go to print preview. Does all of the data fit one page across? Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's 2 pages tall or 3 pages tall, as long as all the data is fitting going across. So we've done that. Let me mark off. So fits on a single page, yeah. Includes the text, yeah, it's at the top. Has your name, center number on the report. Doesn't say where, it can be at the top or at the bottom. Doesn't have to be on every page. Save and print, and then we're going to print off the report. Okay. So let me go to design view. I'm going to go to design. We're going to add a label here. So I'll have my name at the top. So sentence number 5678, candidate number 1234. And then go to print preview, double check. Okay, it's all of the data showing, are the fields in the right order? Yep, and this is good to print. So we can save this and we can print this off. So that's that done. And as I've said in previous videos, if you check your report and you do spot a mistake, then go ahead and print it again. So now I've got 2 queries and 2 reports, and you can see them, the names match up as well, which makes it easier to identify which query is for which report. Okay, so that's that done. Now this is a reason why I've decided to do the database part first before the document production part, is now we're going to create an extract which will be imported into our Word document. Okay, so yeah, so using fields from both tables to produce an extract. Okay, so we got to create a query for this extract, and we're going to use fields from tables. Does it tell us which fields? So select only the records where, actually here, the fields are here. The cruise ref and ship name and duration in this order. So cruise ref, ship name, and duration in this order. Is there any other fields? No. Next, next, and you can call this extract. Okay, finish. So again, this is including 700 plus records. So we've done this. Select only the records where the theme is taster. So here what we need to do, we need to add a field and search by it. So double click on theme and type in taster. Okay, so we search by this particular field, but do we want to show it? No, we don't. So what we can do is we can untick this box and not show it. What I should have really done is, let me show you again what I should have really done. I kind of jumped the gun and have a look at the sort of data in this particular field. So there's only one word apart from celebrity chef. So yeah, where can we see taster? I can't see it now. But let's just type in taster again. So have a look at the fields, the data. Yeah, taster is there. We can hide this field now, and we still have the same amount of records. And duration is less than 4. So duration, we do this less than 4. So that should be 3 or less. Yeah, happy with that. Let's save the extract. So we've done that now. And we're going to export the extract created in step 25 as an RT into the rich text format. Okay. So this extract will be going into our Word document. So I've done this now, so I can pull it into the Word document when that time comes. So right click on extract, export as a Word RTF file. Browse, select your source folder and save it as extract. Save. Okay. Okay, we've done that now, and yep, it's gone to my work area. And what we need to do, we need to place for evidence to 10 a screenshot showing the exported file saved into your work area. So I'm going to my source folder. Here's the extract. You can see it's saved in the right format. Take a print screen. And again, crop off any parts which are not necessary. Okay, save the changes. Go to folder if you want to have a quick look at the extract. Yep, so there's our extract. You can make it a little bit smaller if the columns if you wanted to. It doesn't really make a difference for now. Okay, so that's that done. I'm going to close it down for now. We'll probably have to open it up later for the word part. Okay, just double checking now. So we've come to the end of the database section of this paper, and in the next video I will be doing the document production part, which will also include the extract that we've just created. Okay, I uploaded this video and then I realized I made a mistake, so I'm going to go back and fix this mistake. So the mistake I made, which was thank you for the comment actually below on a previous video, was on a search criteria. So on a second report, the duration was meant to be 14 or more, and what I did was, if you go to, so on the extended cruise sailings, I entered this information into the wrong field. So it's not a destination, it should have been the duration is 14 or more. So that was a silly mistake to make on my part. So the duration should be more than or equal to 14. Let's now run this, and we now have less records. Okay, so we have 14 or more. If I save this, and then if I go to the report, you can see now the changes have been automatically included now. So the duration is now 14 or more. So that was a silly mistake on my part. I will go ahead and print this off again. So print preview. So obviously if that happens to you in the exam, and if you do spot a mistake after you printed it off, you can go ahead and print it again. So thank you again for the comments below. Please like and share the video, and good luck in your exams.